How's everybody doing today? Mr. Carlson here with the AP Human Geography class. Today we're going to be talking about Asian and African language, which is a big part of culture, the language. And then we're also going to discuss a few religions in Asia and Africa that we haven't talked about. So let's go I should start with this. The 100 most common Chinese characters. Okay, and this is how you pronounce them, right? So we have letters, right, in our alphabet. The Chinese have more. They have characters, right? Like this might be how you write a house, or this might be how you say a person, right? Kind of looks like a person, anyway. Or this is how you say go north. No, now I'm just poking fun. But the idea is that there are big differences, right, in language between different cultures, which is really neat. It's really unique. So let's take a look at our schedule for today. So we have the religion FRQ. Okay, so I'll be posting that. All right. It looks like this. Okay. With reference to each of the following, explain how religion has shaped the cultural landscape. Support each explanation with one specific example. Right? So, what are some sacred sites that we've talked about, right, that may have shaped the cultural landscape, right? What are some burial practices or burial sites that may have changed the cultural landscape? And it says support each explanation with one specific example. So for this FRQ, I would give 1 point for an explanation of how religion has shaped the cultural landscape for each of these, and then I would give 1 point for the example. Okay? So you have A, B, C, and D. Lovely. That's your FRQ. So let me go back to our learning schedule. Cool. Our content. Now, last time, the PowerPoint, the YouTube video was just way too long. It was like an hour long. So I'm just going to point these out for you. Okay, go through these kind of quick, a lot faster. I know I said I was going to go quick last time, but a lot faster than last time. And then there's this worksheet, okay, which you're going to compare Eastern religions. All right, so let's take a look at our first PowerPoint, okay, which is the distribution of language families in Asia and Africa. Okay, so the Sino-Tibetan language family. Remember, we looked at the the Anglo. Oh goodness, this is going to bug me now. We got to go back to language. Okay, it's always good to review. All right. What was that? Oh, Proto-Indo-European, right? This is where we were looking at last time, or we were looking at this map, right? Indo-European. And I believe that there was another chart that provided even more. This can load. Okay, so we're looking at the Sino-Tibetan part of the language family tree. Okay, so where is that in relation to, if I could get this to load? Oh, she's cranking away now. How do languages diffuse? Anyway, we had this this large family tree that was above this, right? And so, oh boy, I'm gonna die. Sino-Tibetan is another group of the language tree, okay? And the hearth, right? Talk about the language hearth. We can talk about Mandarin, okay? We got a map. Another lovely map. Talk about the alphabet, okay? And then we can transition to the Afro-Asiatic family, right? This is a different family, which has to do with Arabic, okay, in northern Africa. Map of Altaic languages versus Uralic, I don't even know how to say that. It's like Uralic, yeah, Uralic. Altaic versus Uralic, all right, the Ural Mountains. Okay. So take a look at those. We've got some sub-Saharan language families. Okay. Lots of maps, lovely maps. Clicking, right? Part of the language. Austronesian language. Guess where that is? Okay. Right. So take a look at this PowerPoint. I would definitely make sort of a flow chart like this, and maybe have like a few principles about each of these, right? Where was the hearth, right? What are the characters like? What is the structure, right? So that's Asian and African languages. Then we're going to talk about Hinduism and Buddhism, okay? Religions of the Far East. So let's look at this PowerPoint of Hinduism first, right? Few characteristics, right? Considered the world's oldest religion. All right, lovely map. Talk about the texts, right? Similar to how we were going through with Islam and Christianity and Judaism, okay? So it has a list of all the different gods. Vishnu, holla at my boy Vishnu, the maintainer of the universe, the preserver, right? Shiva, destroyer. Okay. So hopefully you guys have heard a few of these gods, right? So a few core beliefs, right? The idea that karma comes from Hinduism, okay? The devil actually also comes from Hinduism. Crazy. A few worship and holy places. Lots of pictures. Ooh, it's like a dolphin almost. Okay. They look like they're having a good time. Some temples, right? What are some sects, some denominations of Hinduism? Well, there are three major ones. Okay. So similar to the other PowerPoints, kind of go through these and take a few notes. I would note the differences and the similarities. Bride burning, what the heck? Okay, most common ways: death by kerosene, a kitchen fire. Wow. Bride burning video. I think I took that link out. I don't want to see that. There are a few religions born from Hinduism, right? These other groups. Ooh, looks like some migration diffusion. The preservation of culture in India's physical geography. Why has Hinduism been preserved, right? So this could be anything where it's relating the culture to the landscape. I think that's definitely fair game for an FRQ. Okay, people to physical characteristics, Himalayas, Mount Everest. Do you want to climb it? I wouldn't climb the Mount Everest. Would you? The wettest place on earth. The rainiest place. Huh. Lovely. Okay, so get an idea of what Hinduism is like, and then go over to the Buddhism and kind of work through Buddhism, right? What's the difference between Buddhism and Hinduism? Okay, the essence of Buddhism, the middle way of wisdom and compassion, right? The teacher, the teachings, and the community. Ooh, this PowerPoint's quite short. Awesome. Okay. There is suffering in the world. To live is to suffer. Wow, that's crazy. But I guess that's true. Anyway, awesome. So if you go through these guys, we can move on to our worksheet, which looks like this. Okay, and so we've got up top our different religions, right? We talked about Hinduism, Buddhism today. But you can do some research. I've included these links. Okay, so say you want to go look about, well, who's the founder and key individual of Confucianism? You can click right here, and it'll it'll give you information, right? The philosopher Confucius, right? The approaches and teachings of Confucius, origins, okay? All sorts of information, right? So there's websites for each of these, right? Taoism or Taoism, however you want to call it, right? The beliefs at a glance, okay? So use these links to fill out this chart, right? Core beliefs, texts, and what you can do is you can use this in addition to your other chart to create a mega chart if you would like. Excuse me. Okay. So use these websites to load and answer the questions. Okay. You are a Zoroastrian and you are starting a band. Complete the questions about your band. Be creative. What's the name of your band? What's the name of your first hit album? Okay. This is optional, right? But if you wrote lyrics, included a name of a song, and designed your album cover, and somehow posted that to YouTube, I would be so amazed. I would give you the ultimate extra credit. I think that would be really neat to do. And then research Baha'i, okay, one of the youngest of the world's major religions. Okay, what elements of other religions do the Baha'i accept? In other words, how does it compare to Abrahamic religions? What are the key principles? Okay, so that's your assignment. Not that difficult. Okay, so go through the PowerPoints, right, and do the FRQ. Go through the PowerPoints and complete this worksheet. And that's all you have to do for today. But I do want to show you. Okay, if you go to YouTube and if you type in AP, just type in AP. Let's see if it comes up. Okay, you can go to this advanced placement, and what they're doing is they're running live sessions all the time. Okay, so what I do is I come down to history and social science, and if you go to AP Human Geography, and if you go to view full playlist, right, these are all little video lectures that different professors, different high school teachers, right, have provided for you. And so they've decided that the AP exam is going to be only FRQ questions. There's going to be no multiple choice. And there's really not going to be a whole lot. There's going to be a few sections left off, okay? Because there's only a certain amount of material that we covered. So there's going to be a few sections left off. So I think anything on this website, these videos, are probably fair game for potential FRQ questions, especially because they posted them online. So definitely go and check these out. Okay, this is good stuff. So awesome. That's our schedule that's the order of today. Next time, I'm just going to introduce you guys to this Indigenous Tribe Project. Until then.